Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Calling for YouTube. I'm here to do my Dark Shadows video. This Dark Shadows video is actually a requested video. This video was requested by Mark Gilman at _Barnabas. Huge shout out to him. This is my top 5 Dark Shadows moments. And this was not easy. For one simple reason, a lot of Dark Shadows moments transcend into each other. They sort of cause events to, keep happening or to happen. To one event, causes the other. Sort of like domino. So this wasn't easy, so here's my top 5 Dark Shadows moments. Number 5. The decision to turn Dr. Hoffman from man to woman. I mean, this was a big deal. Yeah, look, Dark Shadows was no stranger to recasting, sure, but they're literally taking a character that they've knowingly mentioned as a man, and they're changing a character into a woman. And they get actress Grayson Hall to play this role. And considering how big the character went on to be, that's amazing to me. I mean, again, this wasn't easy. Top 5. There are going to be people who go, why not this? Why not this? Again, it's my top 5. If you guys want to have a top, listen, you guys know I want your top 5 too. So I'm going to tag you guys in this. Please give me your top 5. Number 4, the bleeder. David removing the bleeder valve from his dad's car. And you might say, well, why this? Why this one? Because it spirals a whole other set of events. David Collins removing the bleeder valve from his dad's car causes a lot of things to happen. It causes Bill Malloy to go to Burke Devlin. I mean, really, this is it. Many people are going to say it was, it's Liz having, to deal with Burke. It partially is, but the moment that he finally does this, that Bill does go to Burke to make a deal to hand him Roger, is post bleeder valve, because I think Bill did not want this kid growing up with this thing contaminating his soul. And Bill didn't know Vicky, you know what I mean? He didn't know how good Vicky was going to turn out to be. He couldn't focus on it. He had to focus on not just saving Liz, but potentially saving David. And, not necessarily from Burke, but from himself. And this causes a lot of things. This causes, Bill Malloy's untimely death. This, we know who does it. I'm not going to spoil it because another friend of mine, Daniel Culver, is watching Dark Shadows, and he's at episode 100. Huge shout out to him as well. Another thing is with number 4, after the bleeder valve, because who found it, Vicky, she sees her first ghost in the walls of Collinwood. This causes other things to happen too. It causes Vicky to, to accuse Burke, to accuse Roger, to nearly be killed by a certain someone. Again, I'm not mentioning the name because a friend of mine is going through dark shadows. By getting kidnapped. Okay, and we all know by who. So that's 5 and 4. Number 3, without look, I love 1795. I love 1897. I wasn't trying to exclude them from this list, but they're on a whole other list. Not quite this list, because I think there are moments you have to put on this list before them, at least for my list. And I'm not saying they're not important, they are. They're very important. But these final 3 moments to me are the most important ever. Number 3, the Phoenix Arc. Dan Curtis doing the Phoenix Arc, because without him trying the Phoenix Arc and his daughter's suggestions, so those 2 are at number 3. I'm going to cheat and put 2 and 3. Put 2 things at 3. Without those, Dan Curtis might have not have had the courage to do Barnabas. 2 and 1, you could go either way, but I'm going to put these in my order. Now, number 2 has to do with Barnabas. Number 2, no, it's not Jason, Brennan, Willie. It's not Jason and Willie. It's the casting of Jonathan Frid. And again, you could put this one as well. You could either put this, either way. Because I think if they would have just casted anybody, if they would have just casted a blonde-haired guy, I don't think we'd get the Barnabas we love and know. Jonathan Frid read that character. He read that script, and he knew what Barnabas was. And no, not just a vampire. He knew this character was emotion, pure emotion. And he played it that way. I mean, credit to him. So to me, number 2 is the casting of Jonathan Frid. You might say, well, what's number 1? What's number 1? How about Dan Curtis's dream? Dan Curtis dreaming about the woman that would become Victoria Winters. And you might say, well, your favorite character is Victoria. Yes, it is. But again, this series started with Vicky. This series started with Victoria Winters riding that train. And where did that come from? That came from Dan Curtis's mind. Dan Curtis's dream was about this girl riding a train, getting off the train, and the train pulls away in the mist. So number 1, and I know how it's going to sound hokey, number 1 is Dan Curtis's dream that became Victoria Winters. And that's my top 5. I want to get you guys' top 5. I'm sure it will be way better than mine. And again, it's not about what's better. It's just, that's my top 5. That's, if you held a gun in my head and said, pick your top 5 moments, that would be it. That would be my top 5, because to me, they were all impactful in every way. The casting, again, Hoffman originally was mentioned as a man, and that's something I'm going to touch on tomorrow. here in like, oh my god, it's already 2 a.m. Alright, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, what is your top 5 Dark Shadows moments? Mark asked me mine. I'm asking for all of yours. Every single one of you. Give me your top 5 Dark Shadows moments. You guys have a great night.